Holy shit. Masahiro Sakurai, you are one beautiful bastard. Hey guys, Team Dude 991 here. I've definitely calmed down after hopping off of the hype train. So, what in the world's going on and what I mean by hype train? Well, for those of you who did not watch the Nintendo Direct today, we had got 25 minutes of brand new content streamed out to us from Masahiro Sakurai, going over the details of the new Super Smash Bros. Game. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it looks amazing. First things first, that I could say that I am right on one thing, and I'm wrong on basically everything else. So, first thing I'm right about is that it is not a port. This is an entirely new title. The second thing that I was wrong about is that actually this is the 6th title in the Super Smash Bros. Universe, as Masahiro Sakurai actually considers Smash 4 to be Wii U and Smash 5 to be 3DS. So this is technically Smash 6. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be stating this when I put up the thing. And for those of you who watched my predicting the entire roster for Super Smash Bros. Switch, you can tell that I definitely got the roster wrong, seeing how this roster has everybody. And I literally mean everyone who has ever been in Super Smash Bros. From the original release on the N64 all the way through, including the DLC characters for Smash 4, have returned and are going to be a part of this game. So the immediate thing that I was going to do is like, okay, well, I'll go around digging on the internet for footage, and I'll go ahead and state all of my opinions on what we got and all these different things. And so what I did is I remembered, oh yeah, there's Super Smash Brothers .com, and that's the official website that you can go to. So if you go to www.supersmashbros.com, it'll take you to a website that has all of the information, all of the maps, as well as also, when I was looking at it earlier, what appears to be pre-order information. I haven't looked entirely into that myself, but after I'm done recording this, I definitely will. So it might be possible in order to pre-order the game. It might not. I do know the digital copy you can't pre-order for. It just said US and Japan as the options. So like I said, I'll be looking into that after I'm done recording. But one of the things that is definitely exciting when I was on the website is that they have a bunch of videos. In fact, they have a grand total of 68 videos for the characters that they have here. And yes, it is, well, okay, kind of 68. Technically, there's 68 characters. However, there's 2 videos where it's a combination of 3 characters each. So, let me just do the math here. Okay, so there's 62 videos that they have released out on the web that you can watch through this website. And they are done through YouTube. However, you can't really find them on YouTube because they are public, but they're unlisted. So unless you've already watched the videos, you won't be able to find them unless you do very rigorous, very specific searching. Each clip is about 20 seconds and goes on for a little while. I mean, hello, when you're going over that much content, it's definitely a lot in order to sink in. So what I did is I figured, hey, we have all of this footage here. I have stuff that I can convert it over with. Let's go ahead and make a supercut of it. And then from there, I'll just go ahead and record in order from character number 1 to character number 65. And yes, the number only goes up to 65, and I'll explain why that is in a sec. But essentially, go through numbers 1 through 65 with all of these 20 seconds, and we'll be able to figure out what's going on. And you said, well, how is there only 65 numbers if there's 68 characters? And that's where one of the new concepts that Masahiro Sakurai brought up during the stream, he talked about Echo Fighters, and what an Echo Fighter is essentially characters like Lucina or Dark Pit, in which case the characters are nearly identical, but have some slight aesthetic changes compared to the other character. So certain characters are considered for that, other characters are not, and it'll be interesting in order to see which characters are. There was a really, really big announcement that the internet is freaking out over for number 65, and I'm going to be saving that till the end. But essentially what I've done is I've done a supercut of each and every one of the videos that they have available, every single number 01 through 65, in which case then essentially I figured let's go ahead and put it all into order. Let's go ahead and supercut it. I'm going to have to work rapid fire about, obviously everyone is returning. But I'll give some of my thoughts about what's surprising, some of the changes that are movesets. But like I said, though, it's all 20 seconds, so I got to do it rapid fire per character. And I'm going to be doing my best in order to time it out to the images that I'm going to be putting up on the screen for you. Because, like I said, I supercut this whole thing together. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to overlay this supercut down over in the way. And then, trust me, while I would have loved in order to have face cam for this as a sort of reaction video for a supercut that I've created, and while it would have been much easier in order to make, I actually do not have access to my camera right now, but that is a topic for another video that I'm going to be doing later on, either today or tomorrow. So this is me just trying to make sense of all my thoughts, making sense of all these different things, and admitting that I was wrong about certain things. So first things first, before we start up this supercut video, I would like to apologize to two individuals on YouTube whose usernames I do not remember, as their comments have been buried down in the actual predicting the entire roster for Super Smash. First of which, I would like to apologize to one of the guys who stated that I shouldn't have looked into a theory or using a theory as fact for the fact of Pikachu. During that video, I stated that there was something along the lines of Pikachu being the evolved Pichu from Melee, and that's mainly due to, and the evidence for that, of course, is the goggles. He stated that I shouldn't be using that because it's considered a theory, in which case I will agree, well, it is a theory. The reason why I used it, just for a little bit of clarification, is because it's a widely accepted theory in the fan base for Super Smash Bros. So, obviously, that's not your opinion, and I can definitely say that one of the entries in this is going to make you very, very happy. But the other one, which everyone was very, very quick in order to point out, I think it was the third comment that I got on the video before it hit mainstream, and then everybody started blasting me for it, was with Pac-Man. I got Pac-Man's origins wrong, so apologies to you guys that I messed up with Pac-Man. I accidentally misclaimed him, saying that Pac-Man belonged to Capcom. I was wrong about that, as Pac-Man belongs to Namco, in which case, big apologies on all of that. So hopefully, with all of this footage that I have pieced together and made pleasing to the eye so that none of it ends up being annoying, or because like at the end of each and every one of these things, they do like a logo thing, so I had to skip over the logos, and then from there, it looked like it was jump cutting, so I had to add like slight amount of fades in order to make it visually pleasing to the eye. So I've definitely made sure that this looks all kinds of good, but I will not be surprised if Nintendo demonetizes this video or copyright claims it when I release it. So because of that, I will be having the audio on this a little bit lower for the actual video content. If you'd be interested in having the supercut uploaded in its entirety, let me know, and I can try to upload it, see if would let me do so. I don't know what Nintendo's response to that would be. So, and of course, obviously, YouTube is a business. We gotta try to keep it as business as it is. But I've been rambling on for a little bit too much long now. It's been about nearly 10 minutes. So I think we will go ahead and fire up this supercut, in which case I am currently watching it through my computer, and it's my personal edit, so if I get anything wrong information-wise beforehand, I apologize. Like I said, when I was doing predicting the entire roster for Smash, which I think a lot of people skipped over, is that I was doing everything off the top of my head. So, and I also understand that I said the words chopping block way too much. Obviously, nobody got chopped. There is no chopping block. We can kill the meme now, if you don't mind. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start up this supercut in 3, 2, and 1. So starting off, number 1, Mario. Slight amount of updates with Mario visually. He definitely looks stellar. We have, obviously, the wedding outfit and worker outfit, but just essentially they added Cappy as a little Easter egg, but he's mainly still the same all throughout. Donkey Kong is, of course, back in the game. He has an updated Final Smash, which makes it so he's a lot more a bit ferocious, and we no longer have the whole bongos. That comes out of Sakurai wanting to make the Final Smashes a little bit more faster, streamlined, and some of them not be OP. Link is now in his Breath of the Wild attire, and his bombs have gotten a slight update, so they are now remotely detonated. And of course, you can also get his Wilds tunic as well. So you can either do the Marketing tunic or the Wilds tunic, and he also has a bow-based Final Smash. Samus, of course, also makes a return, much to the glory of the fan base. I think it's a slightly updated look compared to what we got in the last title. I definitely think it is. And it might reflect Metroid Prime 4, which we didn't actually get to have any information during the stream, but Yoshi, of course, being his adorable little self, I can definitely say that he gives me some trouble every now and again. He, if memory serves me right, it remains mostly unchanged. Definitely a lot of an interesting character, though. Kirby makes his return, in which case, they have to constantly add all of the costumes for every character that they add in and all that different stuff. I think he's slightly faster in the gameplay, and they added the chest as his down. And his Final Smash is, I think, relatively the same. I'm not sure. Fox is now based off of his Star Fox Zero look, in which case he looks stellar. Moveset's generally still the same, though. Yeah, and I think Crystal has also accepted it as an assist trophy in this game, and that's why she was showcased there. Pikachu is back. To all of us Pikachu mains out there, I gladly welcome it. From my understanding, we also now have female Pikachu in the options for the things, so like a slight amount of tail change, and the actual Final Smash has been changed up. So anyone who has had like a Control Smash or like a Final Smash you control doesn't really have that anymore, and we'll be able to get more details about that later. Obviously, Luigi makes his return. I think he's generally unchanged except for a slightly updated look in order to fit with what he appeared with in Odyssey, I believe. But then again, I'm still not entirely sure on that matter. Ness also, of course, makes his return, looking quite dapper in his hat. Only change that I am aware of is that he has a new Final Smash, so it's slightly changed from his Starstorm and sees a couple of friends helping out. Captain Falcon makes a return, from my understanding, on one-on-one fights. Him and a couple of other characters will allow for some slow motion based things happening with certain moves in combat, just for a nice fun cinematic look. Jigglypuff also makes it back, and I believe that she has no change at all. But generally, though, this is a good point in order to state off that there is a lot of changes in combat that's going on throughout the game, including faster gameplay, wave dashing's back, a bunch of other crazy stuff, and Perfect Guard is way more tactics-based. So Peach now makes it into the roster once more. Her moveset is still generally the same, and still a lot of interesting. Any Peach mains out there are probably definitely going to enjoy to know that their princess is back. However, we also have her the Echo, which is Daisy. So Daisy has generally about the same moveset, however, her attacks are a little bit more varied, from my understanding, as in sometimes they deal more damage, sometimes they deal less damage than Peach, and in other cases, there's also a couple of visual differences in her moveset. Ice Climbers come back after 10 years, in which case, Jesus, Brawl feels so far away. But either way, it's nice in order to see them make a return, kicking Mountain Butt. From my understanding, the same rule still does apply, so if the girl dies, then it doesn't count as a KO. If the guy dies, it counts as a KO for both. Sheik makes her return, and definitely loving the updated look. Now then, one of the things that many people remember by predicting was I had no idea how they were going to be doing for Sheik's outfit. It does look slightly different from what we got beforehand, but I definitely do like the design. Zelda this time around, we've ditched the Twilight Princess look, and we now have Zelda from Link Between Worlds. So definitely a different look, and alongside with that, she comes with a new final smash, which is being showcased in footage right now, which is just kind of like sealing people inside and then just kind of blasting them. Dr. Mario makes his return, in which case Dr. Mario will always remain unchanged as kind of a rule, mainly because he's basically supposed to fight more along the lines of a Mario 64 Mario. That's kind of his purpose. So, as a bygone era, like I stated before, somebody's gonna be very happy. Pichu makes a return. He can actually damage himself with some of the moves, and he definitely adds for a little bit more quicker attacks than Pikachu. So a little bit more risk, but definitely with some reward. Falco also returns, and, everyone's favorite arrogant bird. He fights mostly like Fox, however, he does a little bit more daring during his moves, so his moves have a lot more risk when you're actually fighting, and this is one of the reasons why he's not considered an Echo Fighter. Marth also makes their appearance back, their glorious, glorious appearance. One of the changes in at least the Fire Emblem characters is that there are little different things they'll be able to see next to your health gauge, which will help you understanding like how much more limiters a character has. And of course, the Echo for number 21 being Lucina, as she plays mostly the same as Marth does, but slight amount of differentiating damages, and of course a more powerful counter. Young Link also makes a return from the era of Melee. It's definitely one of those things where a lot of people are going to be happy, and this also makes it so we have 3 Links, and Long Milk again. Ganondorf comes back in his very popular N64 appearance, actually, or at least how he appeared in Ocarina of Time. So this is one of those things where Ganon's back, he's doing all kinds of crazy things, and his final smash lets him turn into the giant destroying goat demon that he is. Mewtwo makes a return, and all of the fans screamed yes. Definitely having a lot of fun with the character. Obviously they were DLC in Smash 4, and are back, even more fun than ever, according to Sakurai at least. Roy makes a return, and we can definitely say that there are going to be a lot of happy fans about this. So, from my understanding, Roy's gameplay is mostly the same to what happened in Smash 4 for his DLC. I'm not entirely sure, though. So, Mr. Game & Watch has gotten a visual overhaul. Now, while he may look normal right now, his move sets, or at least the more specific moves, look a little bit more accurate to the original Game & Watch titles. So, definitely a little bit more updated, and also a slightly varianted Final Smash. So he'll pick characters up and then fly them off screen. Meta Knight makes a return, mostly unchanged. A little bit faster on the attack speed, from my understanding, as is with most characters. And definitely one of those I know that a lot of people who have Mainstay will definitely enjoy knowing that Meta Knight is back. Pit also makes his return. If I remember correctly, the moveset has not been changed whatsoever. However, he does have a new Final Smash riding in on the Chariot, so as being showcased in the footage right now, at least from me talking. And of course, the Echo, Dark Pit, so slightly more reckless, more damaging attacks, and of course, definitely need a little bit more precise timing when you're playing Dark Pit, but one of those things that's definitely more interesting and fun. Zero Suit Samus also makes her return. And a lot of people who are having fun are doing this. Obviously, you can see that some characters have been separated, but I can also confirm that some characters that did return came back in a comboed package, so either way, it's definitely in order to see that happening. Wario has remade his appearance with a brand new Final Smash. Mostly other than that, he remains unchanged though. still being the all-time weirdo fatty that he is. But either ways, though, I'm sure that there are some mains of Wario out there. But for now, he'll remain a joke. Snake makes a comeback from Brawl after his short hiatus. How they pulled this off, I have no idea. Either way, though, he remains mostly unchanged. I think there's a couple of some visual motifs that have been swapped up a bit. And I know that his final smash has gotten an overhaul, and we will be seeing the return of his stage. Ike is now back and has 2 different costume variants for 2 different games with a slightly different voice acting, from my understanding. Final Smash is still mainly the same, as well as combat as from Smash 4. '33, '34, and '35 Pokemon Trainer. So we have Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard all coming back as Pokemon Trainer. So essentially, from my understanding, the switching of it is much faster, and as you can see there, you can also play as a female trainer. So that's definitely going to be one of the interesting things. Diddy Kong is back, and just generally being Diddy Kong. If I remember correctly, he's one of those characters that has remained relatively unchanged. Nice little explosion, buddy. Lucas makes a return, and oh boy, all the fans are gonna have some fun. So, pretty similar to Ness, but with some slightly different powers, as we all know, and of course, his Starstorm has also been updated to have a couple of friends and work a little bit differently than Ness's in pattern. Number 38, Sonic. He makes his return faster than ever, literally. He has a bit more increased speed. Knuckles makes a return as an assist trophy, and as we can see from his final smash, it has gotten definitely a very different overhaul, and is much faster, moving at the speed of light. King DDD makes a return, mostly unchanged. However, he has a new final smash, from my understanding, makes an arena. I don't think the footage that we have here showcases it, but it's definitely one of those characters that a lot of people are going to be happy is back. And like I said, everyone is here. So, number 40, Olimar. Olimar has remained mostly unchanged from his appearance on 4, from my understanding, with the different types that you can earn to get. And there is a slight visual change, though. Whenever Olimar takes damage, his helmet will end up being slightly cracked for a short time until he comes back from the damaged state. And all the Lucario mains cheered, myself included. Lucario remains mostly unchanged from 4, possibly faster, I can't tell from this footage, but definitely still going to be one of those things where the fast and varied gameplay, and we will also be seeing the return of the final Smash from Smash 4. Rob makes a return with a little bit of a visual change. You guys tell what it is? Okay, obviously it's a little bit hard to tell. So Rob now has this little gauge on his side. If you see those blue lines, that's actually a gauge that tells you how much boost he has left during recovery. That's all we know for changes for him. Toon Link makes a reappearance for our 3rd and final Link in the game. Yes, we have 3 Links. 1 Link per timeline, actually, now I think about it. And either way, he remains mostly unchanged. A little bit faster combat, and I think a little bit more risk as well. But either way, a lot of fans and a bit of fanfare for that final smash. Wolf makes his return after his stark absence, and he looks amazing based off of his look in Star Fox Zero. From my understanding, his attacks are meant in order to be ferocious, quite damaging. However, he also takes a lot of damage pretty quickly, so a little bit more risk when you're playing him. Villager makes a return with some slight changes from my understanding visually. You'll now have a greater understanding of what you're actually holding in your inventory via little marks that are going to be held up next over to your HUD. And then, of course, there's just also the slight changes for things. Mega Man makes a return. I could definitely say this is the hardest footage for me in order to obtain. Remains relatively unchanged. However, the final smash does see the addition of 2 familiar faces. I'll see if you could spot him in the background. Wii Fit Trainer makes a return with a slight visual change, so she definitely looks a little bit more, shall we say, humanoid. I can definitely say that there is someone in our crew that's going to be very happy that Wii Fit Trainer's back, in which case all I can say is power to the belly button. Rosalina and Luma make a return, and now then, I'm not entirely sure if there's been any changes to the character. I honestly do not know. It wasn't touched upon at any point during the stream, though, so I'm going to guess that there wasn't any real significant change. However, I will admit that the final smash may be different, but again, I'm not sure. Little Mac does make his return, and he comes with a new final smash as Giga Mac. However, that is something that they neglect to showcase during these sessions. Still a heavy hitter, terrible recovery though, and definitely one of those things where he's going to be one of the more varied fighters, and it requires a little bit of skill. Greninja also makes a return, relatively unchanged, maybe nerfed a little bit more, for those of us who have that gag from Smash 4, who actually played the Wii U title. But either way, though, moveset remains generally the same, so it'll definitely be interesting to see how the character goes. 51, 52, and 53, the Mii Fighters. We have our Brawler, we have our Swordsman, and we have our Gunner with an all-new look, and apparently as well as a couple of new things, such as voice options, a couple of new moves, and they're being tweaked for online play, so you might be able to start playing your Miis online. Palutena makes a return with one slight change to her moveset. Her down now acts as a counter and a reflect, as showcased right there. And final smash is still pretty devastating. Either way. Up next we have Pac-Man, and again, Pac-Man from Namco. Not a whole lot of change except for the final smash, and I think the moveset might also be a little bit faster. Most of the moves do still remain the same though, much more flow to the gameplay this time around, but as we can see, he'll just loop around the screen and while eating everyone. Robin makes a return, and he/she also comes with a new little fun effect. Down over by the actual health, you can see how much you have left on your blade and how much you have left for your tomes. So it lets you know how many uses you have left based on how you used it before you have to toss it away and then wait for it in order to recharge or lose life. Shulk makes a return, and much to my surprise, I legitimately thought that Shulk would not make it back, and he would be replaced by his counterpart in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Does this mean we're not going to see his Xenoblade 2 Chronicles counterpart? I'm not sure, but they might be added later on, but for now, Shulk does return. Bowser Jr. is back with no change whatsoever. You know, because he's as perfect as he is. I'm not entirely sure how you would talk about the Koopalings in that matter, but they make their return as well. And of course, the final smash remains relatively unchanged. Duck Hunt Dog does return as the biggest troll in the entirety of Smash history. This trio, which they do make a very good point of being, as it is the dog, the duck, and the actual gun, working in unison in order to totally troll the hell out of you during matches. Ryu also makes a return, and oh boy, there's a slight change for one-on-one matches that will make it so that Ryu will automatically turn to face the opponent during one-on-one. However, this will not be in multiplayer. Cloud from Final Fantasy makes a return, in which case you could play both as Cloud in his normal uniform or in his form from Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, in which case I believe that the final smashes are slightly different this time around for both of them, but I'm not sure. Corrin also makes a return, and honestly, I don't know too much about Corrin, so I honestly can't comment entirely on this. I do know that she was DLC for Smash 4, and so any Corrin fans out there will be glad to know that she does make a return. Bayonetta makes a return, and looking stellar. She has both available from her first game and second game forms, which also offer slightly different sound designs, so you can look forward to that, as well as a bunch of different moves, and we're also apparently going to be seeing a character from that universe popping up as an assist trophy. Inklings also now make their debut into the Smash universe, and I can definitely say just from the gameplay that we've allowed, I've needed this in my life for a while. The costumes are very varied, a unique color for each one, and the Squid Sisters are also added as an assist trophy with the Ghostly Whale as a final smash. And of course, the big reveal that Sakurai dropped on everyone, the one that they said that they would probably never do, that has been joked about so many times and has left many, many people wanting. It is time for the pirate captain to make his appearance, and you can tell that I'm just stalling from time right now, but we have flippin' ass helic Ridley. In which case I can definitely say, holy crap, that's how you do an entrance. Either way, Ridley's gameplay looks amazing, fast, varied, and also offers a meta Ridley alt costume as well. So definitely have your fun with that, Smash fans. Either way, though, it'll be interesting to see how this character plays during all of the different gameplay sessions that will happen on later this year. And that's it and all we know for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So rest of this is just essentially going to be speculation. Now that we have Ridley and the floodgates have been opened, what are we going to be seeing? Well, Sakurai said not to expect too many characters to be added to the roster. However, he did say that there will be some new characters added in addition to what we've already seen, whether that means more Echo Fighters or it means we might also be seeing some more new characters to the franchise. Honestly, I vote Tails get added in, and I also say that maybe we could throw in some Crash Bandicoot if that is somehow still available in the works. I honestly do not know, but either way though, I hope you guys have enjoyed all of this, my supercut and the thoughts. Again, if you want to see if we can get the supercut out on the web, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Also comment down who you're most excited for and who do you want to be added into Smash. I'm personally curious and we might go over a video over it later. Again, I'll be releasing a video detailing some more personal things outside of Super Smash Bros. Later on this week, and I will also be detailing some of the very, very, very more interesting things, and I'll also go over more news as we find out from Nintendo Directs or whenever the heck we actually get an announcement for a brand new character. If you want to see any of these videos outside of me, then go down over to SuperSmashBrothers.com and check out the website. You can also go ahead and check out my two links down in the description to my Patreon pages. That's TeamAndDude91. Patreon.com/TeamAndDude91 and Patreon.com/Neox_Sareki. First one is to go ahead and support the YouTube channel. Second one is to go support the light novel that I'm writing. And trust me, every little bit helps, especially seeing how there isn't anybody sending anything through the Patreons. But if you want to help improve the content, that's how you go do it. Of course, though, it's optional. I don't expect anyone to go ahead and do it. And like I said, I'll get into a video of more personal matters and reasons later on in the week. Go ahead and throw the like of the video on your like, share it with your friends down over there. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more content, want to keep up to date with news, whenever the heck I'm able to get around to reporting on it, which I'm going to do my best in order to do so, believe me, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. This is especially important seeing how YouTube might be trying to change up how subscription feeds work. I have not personally seen this from my own experience with the sub feed. However, I do know that there are some people who are, and also other people who never actually get to see when a video gets uploaded. So, which, defeats the entire purpose of subscription in the first place. What the fuck, YouTube? Anyway, I've gone on long enough. So, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to go ahead and do all of that. And again, comment down below your thoughts on the actual matter of Smash Bros. Are you excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Or are you just thinking it's a bunch of hoopla? Either way then, until next time guys, this is TeamAndDude91, signing out.